Welcome to the Marketing Duo podcast. This is your go-to show for smart, actionable marketing strategies and mindset shifts designed to help ambitious female founders work smarter, not harder. Welcome to the Marketing Duo podcast, the podcast where marketing experts Cynthia of Digital Bloom IQ and Jen of Jen Vasquez Media come together to share their wealth of knowledge and insights on scaling your business.
Each episode, Cynthia and Jen dive into the latest marketing strategies, mindset shifts, and also growth tactics specifically designed for ambitious female founders who are tech savvy and eager to enhance their marketing game.
Whether you're looking to fine-tune your approach or discover innovative ways to accelerate your business, the Marketing Duo podcast provides actionable tips and inspiring conversations to help you reach your goals.
Tune in for a blend of practical advice and empowering discussions tailored to help you thrive in the ever-evolving digital landscape. Yay!
I love that first part. I love that last part, I should say, because it's a reminder. It's always a reminder, right?
Yep. That's what our podcast is about.
Yes.
Working smarter, not harder, for sure.
Awesome.
All right.
So, Jen, you have some Pinterest news for us today. I can't wait. I want to hear it.
Yes. Well, we've had some SEO news, which I just love learning about all the things SEO. And then I was like, it's been a minute since I talked about Pinterest. And so I've got 3 pieces of news on Pinterest to share with you.
Yay.
And feel free to jump in, Cynthia,
Yes.
anything that you know
I'm
about.
going to definitely be asking some questions.
So the first piece of news, and of course, the links for all of these original news pieces will be in our show notes. So just as a heads up. So if you want more details, because of course I'm just doing kind of a summary of them, feel free to go check out the show notes. So the first piece of news is the 2025 Pinterest Fall Trend Report.
Ooh.
And what's hot this season, basically. So I am really excited to share this with you because I think it's so much more effective to create content either that your ideal client is searching for or people are searching for in general.
Right.
So when you create a piece of content around a trend on whatever platform you're doing it, that really helps to drive more traffic to you. And that's the goal of this. So that's why I like to cover the trends, because a lot of people are like, great, what am I going to use this trend for? You can be creative, trust me. But it's filled with kind of cozy, creative, and totally you-friendly vibes that we're always looking for. So let me break it down for you. So First, the big picture. Pinterest's data shows that Gen Z is leading the charge in thrifting and sustainable style. So dream thrift finds, those search terms, dream finds, searches are up 550%, which is huge. Vintage autumn aesthetic has skyrocketed to 1,074% over the norm, which is insane.
That's crazy.
Thrifted kitchen, which I never would have thought.
What is a thrifted kitchen? I guess you like buy parts from old kitchens and then...
I guess, or old plates or old, whatever,
that's
right?
True, yeah. You could do an oldie kitchen.
Yeah, like the old gold and green from the 70s.
Right.
Oh, where they were ever, whatever. That thrifted kitchen searches are up 1,012%, and thrifted decor in general is up 285%. Next is fashion vibes. So vintage preppy style is back in a huge way. Women's preppy outfit searches has jumped an astronomical 47,680%. I've never seen numbers that high on Pinterest ever. So it was a big shock to me. And then we have women's, 2000s preppy aesthetic has gone up by 2,867%. I know the 2000s is a big one for Gen Z and some millennials.
Yeah.
But This is huge.
It's so weird
Next,
how, like, I was sort of brought up, I guess anyway, I was born in the 80s, but like 2000s is, yeah, when I was growing up. And I find it
yeah.
so odd that that's coming back. Maybe for you, Jen, you're like already used to
I'm
that
like,
probably.
I'm in the 80s in high school, so
I
like a
know.
lot to say.
I saw someone like using a purse that I used in high school, and I was like, really? Really? You're using that, like, with the holes? Like, it was like a buckle anyway, it was like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Whoa, like, I don't know how I feel about this, or, like, songs on the radio, like Avril
I
Lavigne, which I
know.
like Avril Lavigne, but that was anyway, it's just so odd.
I
It feels like, am
know.
I in the right place?
It's so weird. Like they say in fashion, everything
Comes
comes
back,
around. It's
yeah.
just to what extent, right?
Right.
Well, right now, 2000s is big,
Okay.
FYI.
Interesting.
Moving on to the caffeine inspired tones,
Mm.
coffee brown pants outfit is up 632%. Vanilla latte blonde is up 2023%. So I'm assuming that's like the little designs that you make on it or recipes or anything like
Could it
that.
be,
So
like, also you dye your hair vanilla blonde? Just like
no, totally. And actually that might be what it is.
vanilla,
Caffeine inspired tones.
yeah.
That could totally be what it is.
Maybe both
Vanilla latte
ways.
blonde. Yeah. You can look at it. They'll take you to a board that has all of the inspiration
Okay,
on there.
cool.
And then we're moving on to home decor trends. So Art Deco revival.
Mm.
The search term Art Deco vintage is up 805%, and 1920s kitchen original is up 494%. That's
Wow.
like before the microwave, before
Right.
like all the things. That's so wild to me. Vintage tiles are up 1,107%. Terracotta tiles are up 833%, and blue ceramic tile is up 490%. So these searches, of course, come from all the people typing in that search bar on Pinterest.
Right.
All of this data is aggregated from that. So these are real searches, not kind of what they think,
Right.
but like what's actually rising, which I love. No other platform really offers this information.
Right.
So I'm excited about Pinterest. But vintage prep decor and polka dots. Oh, I love me a polka dot. Polka dot aesthetic is up 699%. And then we have office glow ups and beyond. So cubicle chic. There's chic cubicle decor is up 1,543%. Cubicle makeover ideas, those corporate peeps, are up 2,767%. And then we have goodbye to minimalism and hello drama.
Okay.
So bold, vintage, personality-filled spaces are trending over stripped down minimalism, which had its time.
Yeah, for sure.
A while ago.
Yeah.
And then we have culture and context, why it matters. So these trends aren't just about pretty looks. They're also about sustainability, like at the core, sustainability, uniqueness, and self-expression.
Right.
People really want homes, wardrobes, and offices that tell a personal story. And Pinterest even launched a special thrift shop feature, which it will be live from August 20th through September 26th, letting people browse curated thrift and vintage finds directly in app. So that's kind of cool.
Just for
you can
those
go check that out.
Just for those days.
This is more of like a feature of what they see and having everyone add their pins that go onto this board.
Right.
But you can check out more on this, of course, in the show notes. So fall 2025 on Pinterest is all about vintage style, bold interiors, sustainable fashion, and real personal. And I love it. I'm very excited. Personal expression, basically.
Right.
Awesome. Okay. Are you ready to redo your kitchen?
I have a question. So I love all those aesthetic and it makes a lot of sense. So if you're a service-based business like
Yep.
me. Is there a
Yes.
way to get in on these trends, or is it just a different strategy? Or maybe actually, I'm just thinking maybe it's about providing keywords and content ideas for these trends. Maybe I could do that way.
Yes. So, there's several ways of doing it. You can take, I like to use analogies a lot,
Mhm.
like thrift store finds is really popular and trending right now. But do you know what else is trending right now in
Right,
marketing?
right.
XYZ. Like you can use them as,
A hook.
obviously you want something in the title
Right.
with it, right? But you can use it more as I see you, I hear you,
Mhm.
this is what's going on, and let me tell you how you
Right,
can use it.
right,
Oftentimes too, I think like if I'm a wedding photographer, as an example, I can do something on brides taking thrift store finds for all their
right,
bridesmaids,
right,
maybe in a certain color palette, maybe just in pastels, maybe
right,
whatever.
right,
And then they're just picking out their own thing
right,
versus regular dresses. So like as a wedding photographer, you could write an article or a blog about how this is a trend that they're going to see in weddings in 2026.
right, right.
Like there's a lot of ways to use it, and you have to be a little bit creative, but I will point out, because we love our AI, if you go to AI and you say, this is the trend, help me to create content or create a blog or whatever it is that has to do with that trend, but in my space. And
Right.
it's so helpful.
Hmm.
Every time I do that, there's like 8 different things that I have never even thought about.
Right.
So that's a good way to do
Yeah.
it.
It's such a good
And
shortcut.
then those keywords are getting found, right?
Mhm.
So then you create pins, put them on Pinterest. Even if they're on Google, all
Right,
the other trends are going to come up, and
right,
you'll get better traffic
right,
from using those types of things is
right,
kind of the goal on that.
right.
Obviously, there's some things that may not really fit, but if you take everything I just said and you can take one idea that's somewhere going to be near you and then use some AI to help, I think that would be really helpful, because it's just, if something is trending right now, and yes, Pinterest and SEO are different,
Yeah.
but like Google is different. But even Pinterest searches that are really big become big on Google
Right,
because people are searching for them,
right.
and Pinterest results pop up in those searches.
Yes, absolutely.
So so while you want to do separate keyword research, because that question comes up a lot for me, you
Mhm.
don't want to use the keyword research
No.
for
Yeah,
Google necessarily,
yeah.
or you can take that information and go to Pinterest
Right.
and then look it up. What are the keywords specifically they're using there? It all boils down to the same thing. What are people searching for, and how can I get seen more by utilizing some of those trends?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and I think
Yay.
the trends can feel exciting. I think a lot of people maybe don't make room in their like, I think it's about strategically leaving room in your
Yes.
week, month, whatever, to have some time to pick up on trends, because you have to react a little bit
Yes.
faster.
Yes.
But that it's like if you're only doing trends, that's not ideal either. But if you can do some trends and complement that with your more sustainable long-term content, I think that's a nice
Yes.
diversified approach.
Yeah, it's really, really, trends tend to come back again also,
Mhm.
as we
Yeah.
kind of discussed earlier. So some people are like, well, I'm just sticking to my core educational content,
Mhm.
which is totally fine. But adding in trends that are currently trending will typically be those takeoff articles, but you still need that base of core content.
Yeah.
So don't do one or the other. I think both of our advice is
Yeah.
to do a
A
little
little
bit
bit of
of
both.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or have
And you like you
seasons, right?
yeah.
Like do a
Yeah,
season of
seasonal
sustainable. Yeah.
basically seasonal versus evergreen
Yeah.
content. That's kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So as my cat just popped in.
Aw.
Awesome. Um
She's so
okay,
cute.
so the second one is about wait, where to buy links turn inspiration into action for CPG brands on Pinterest. So that was a little convoluted, but let me just dive in. Pinterest just launched what they call where to buy links. And it's a feature that helps CPG or consumer packaged goods advertisers bridge the gap between inspiration and purchase. So for years, brands had to choose between sending shoppers to a retailer for easy conversions, but less data, or to their own site for insights, but a weaker performance. So with this update, you're going to get the best of both worlds. Shoppers can view multiple in-stock retailer options directly from an ad, while brands receive valuable purchase intent signals like clicks and value.
Right.
So the new links make standard image ads instantly shoppable, giving consumers the choice of convenience that they expect, whether that's adding to their cart at their favorite retailer or discovering new options. Early testing, so this is really new.
Right.
I don't know the full extent of it, FYI. I'm just delivering the news today. But early testing shows higher engagement and stronger results overall compared to the traditional landing pages, which we as an organic marketer, because I don't do ads, that's this kind of the situation. So brands also gain transparent insights without needing to track on retailer owned sites, making it easier to like measure the impact. So everyone complains that, it's really hard with analytics to see between Pinterest and like what happens on your website, right? Because you've got Google and you have Pinterest.
Sort of, yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that by using these ads, it's basically bringing it all into Pinterest so that you can see all the data in there, but still delivering or sending people to the place they're going to purchase, which is the overall goal.
Right.
So it seems that it's going to be making it easier to measure impact at the lower funnel. And this rollout is powered by partnerships with MikMak, MIKMAK, and Pair Commerce. Okay. So Pair powers Pinterest's no-fee native integration, connecting shoppers to 3,000 plus retailers, while MikMak brings deeper analytics and access to 8,000 plus retailers with real-time measurement. And it's available to all U.S. advertisers in the coming weeks. Where to buy links marks a big, huge step in helping CPG brands turn inspiration into action and helping Pinterest strengthen its role as an e-commerce enabled platform.
Right.
So it may not fully apply necessarily to service-based businesses unless you also have affiliates and you're doing things with that. It sounds like this might be something that would be a possibility. But again, I am not an expert on this new tool and I am not an expert on ads. So if this is something that you're like interested in checking out, you definitely want to go to the show notes for that.
Yeah, that's so cool. And it's really interesting how all these platforms evolve, right? And they are looking at that intent, right? And also the usefulness, because if I'm on Pinterest and I'm seeing a product I like, of course it would make sense for me to just go ahead and buy it, right? And it makes it so much easier. So, but the connector is where they've solved the problem, because that probably took a while to figure out, I can imagine.
Yeah, like the better analytics, or more understandable, I would probably say, analytics, and the fact that the experience for the end consumer is a good experience because it all happens on Pinterest.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you're getting just the best performance and engagement at the same time, which sounds really cool. They're doing a lot with ads right now. So this is probably one of many that you'll see coming out, in my opinion.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes. Okay. So before we get to the third piece of news, I know Pinterest is so hot right now, and that's exactly why I created the Visibility Shop. It's your one-stop place for tools, templates, and resources to save you hours and keep your marketing consistent on Pinterest and beyond. So whether you need fresh pin templates, keyword guides, Pinterest GPTs to get all of those keywords and stand out, you will really find that all in my new shop.
Oh my
And you can
God.
find that out at shop.jenvasquez.com. There's two Z's in my last name as just as a heads up, but you can also find that link in the show notes. I'm so excited.
That's amazing, Jen. Congrats. That's like
It's
and it's so helpful, right, to have that resource. So I love it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So the last one is how Hispanic Pinterest users are shaping style, wellness, and inspiration on Pinterest. So Pinterest is spotlighting the growing influence of Hispanic users in the US. Pinterest is always about being thoughtful, having a conscience, being positive, and helping the types of people who are, not seen as much on other platforms. I'll just say it that way. Might not be the best way to put it, but that's kind of what I'm thinking of. And the Hispanic users in the US are really shaping trends across food, wellness, style, and home design. Research shows that 1 in 3 Hispanic adults use Pinterest monthly, and Spanish language searches have actually grown to 18% in 2025. So this community blends tradition with innovation, whether it's family recipes, sustainable living, or modern fashion. And their contributions really ripple far beyond their own circle, fueling mainstream trends on the platform. Gen Z and millennial Hispanic users in particular see themselves as trendsetters and cultural leaders, driving conversations in pulp culture, meme culture, and personal style. So some popular searches include everything from, and I'm horrible at Spanish, you guys, poses para parejas? Parejas?
Parejas is couples, but I didn't get the first
couples.
part.
It's poses. It's POSES.
Poses
And
is
PARA.
para is 4. So it poses for couples. Like how to
poses couples.
How
there
to
you
pose
go.
together, I guess.
So in other words, all of these current trends are also happening in other languages. Some people don't even think about that, but that is the truth. And that has risen to 881%. The wolf cut mirror, I can't even pronounce it. I don't.
Wait, just put it in the chat.
Oh my God. Yes. Let me get it to you because I'll just put the doc in here because oh my gosh. I'm horrible at this. I did not look ahead of time.
Sorry.
To know that it was in Spanish.
Connor, cut this part out. But Jen,
Connor, please cut all of that out.
I have to tell you that one of my aunts was like, "You talk to that girl Vasquez. Is she Spanish? Because she's like, she looks. Do you have like something in your?
So
I guess
it's my husband's name, Vasquez, and it's Spain. It's from Spain.
From Spain.
So she was like, I don't have any.
She looks Spanish. She not Spanish. She looks.
Everyone
like
says so.
And I was
Everyone
like,
says
no,
so.
She's not Latin. But I thought it was so cute. I was like,
I'm mostly English and Italian, but then I've got Scottish, Dutch, Irish, Finnish, like a bunch.
Right. Okay. Here I'm seeing poses para parejas, wolf cut mujer. Okay. The second one.
Okay, so I'm going to let you say these. How about that?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so for this, we're going to start this one piece over with. So popular searches include everything from, and I'm going to let Cynthia say it because I'm not really good with Spanish.
So this one, poses, which is technically kind of an English word, but it's like it's like these words that get just Latinized, if you will. So poses for para parejas, so couple poses, basically. Couple
is up 881%.
Okay.
And
wolf cut mujer, I don't know. Is that like it looks, so it's wolf
maybe
cut.
Haircut style?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Mujer is woman, so it's Maybe. That's kind of a scary cut, though. I don't know.
Wolf cut. Well, I mean, there's all kinds of haircut styles, but
Oh, I
maybe that's
see. It's like kind of
one.
messy with layers. So it's not, I thought it was going to be a little more aggressive, but it's like layered. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
And that has gone up 1,395%.
Okay.
Food is really another passion point with searches like
Frutas bañadas en chocolate, which is chocolate fruit and chocolate covered fruit.
chocolate covered fruit is up 1,457%. And
Menú semanal de comidas, which is like a weekly food planning sort of thing. Man, I'm getting red. I don't know why I'm
is up 263%, revealing a mix of creative flavors and balanced living. And in wellness, the community is really embracing holistic practices with the rise of searches for
motivación del cuerpo is like body motivation, but I guess it's like moving your body sort of motivation.
Yeah. Not up 908%. And
vision board de meditación, that's a meditation vision board.
Meditation vision board up 356%. Home decor is another area of influence with Hispanic Pinterest users blending heritage and modern aesthetics. Searches such as
cuarto de bebé minimalista, baby room minimalist sort of vibe.
So, and like having a new baby and decorating the room is minimalist, up 1,662%, as well as
Talavera mexicana, but I don't know what that is. I'm gonna look it up. Talavera. It looks like a bowl, or it's like a dish that you put on a wall as like a decoration.
Oh, like a hanging like decor thing.
Yeah.
Up 810%. It highlights this unique intersection of culture and contemporary design. Overall, Hispanic Pinterest users are really setting the tone for what's next, using the platform not only to celebrate their identity, but also to inspire global audiences with fresh ideas and cultural creativity. And forgive me for not being able to speak the language, but I wanted you guys to know what's going on. And you can go and look up all this information as well in the show notes.
Glad you had me here to.
Oh my gosh. I could not have done it on my own podcast without looking like a crazy person.
That's hilarious. It's so funny. Like, so most tech companies, or let's say the majority in the world right now, are built in English speaking countries. So the language that, like, for example, we know that for Google, I don't know if, I'm sure this applies to Pinterest too, is like, there's just more data, like every feature comes out first in that language, but more and more, especially with AI, the technology is getting so good that all the languages are being used more. And so it's so fascinating to see how Pinterest has had, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but ChatGPT does a better job, in my opinion, of transcribing from English to Spanish or from Spanish to English, which I probably should have done for this article. And it does a much better job. So, but you still need real people to make sure that transcribing it is done properly, because their different placement of words and things can make a totally different outcome.
Totally.
When it comes to
and different, like Mexican Spanish versus Argentina versus Spain. It's totally different. There's words that I don't understand because they're very, very local. I could understand the gist of it.
Like slang. It's like slang from generation to generation. People are like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Right. It's a kind of similar thing.
Words, just like in I don't know, England, they'll use a word that maybe we wouldn't know. Right. Or some English accents are impossible to understand. They're very thick.
Yeah.
So that's so cool. Kitty. She's very involved.
We're having fun today. Well, so that's it for the Pinterest news. I hope you guys found something that can help you in your marketing from that. And again, you can look at the show notes for everything else.
Yeah, I love that. So Jen, like, for someone listening and they're like, I love all this information. Like, what is one thing I should do with like what one action I can take. Like obviously if someone listening, if you're inspired by one particular topic, you go in that
Yeah.
direction, but maybe one specific action with it.
Yeah. What I recommend to my students, I do it for my Pinterest management clients, but one thing I recommend to my Pinterest students is to at least once a month go to your Pinterest, and you can go in through the analytics to the trends, or you could go and type in trends with an s.pinterest.com. It'll make you sign into your account because it's delivering you not just what's going on, but what also resonates with your content.
Right.
In that same area, it will tell you if you have certain pins that are doing really well. Understanding that they're doing really well means you want to go make more pins for that content, right? The more you don't just pin it once ever. So I would say looking at your analytics and the trends once a month is the way that you can make your Pinterest send the most traffic with an option of converting them into clients. Yeah.
I love that. Awesome. Great. All right. So that's a wrap for this episode of the Marketing Duo podcast. If you found this conversation helpful, make sure to share it with a fellow founder who could use some inspiration today. And don't forget to subscribe so you'll be the first to know when we have new episodes that drop. We'll see you soon, and keep building your business with ease and impact.
Yay. See you later.
Bye.